some of the prejudices from that mindset then come into the sport. And so for LGBTQI people, there's a bit of an attitude that we can't play. It's not for us. We're trying to change that, obviously, but we've hit that so many times. So, with Harbour Lights, when we started, there were a lot of people who had quit hockey because they were sick of the slurs, sick of being told you're queer, you can't play hockey, or you're gay, or that bit sucks. Hopefully, we can make that better. I'm Stuart. I'm the secretary of Harbour Lights. It's a LGBTQI ice hockey team in Sydney. I played D, but I've also started playing goalie. Took that up at Christmas time because why not at 47? Why not? Anyway,
47.
I'm 48 now.
Your poor knees. Your poor knees.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Dash?
What? I'm Dash. Yeah.
How old are you? Who are you? What do you do? How'd you get into hockey? Tell me anything.
I got into hockey in primary school because you need to play street hockey after school and stuff.
And you're how old?
16.
So I guess I want to know, I know a little bit now that how Dash got into hockey, but how did each of you get into hockey fully?
I grew up in Canberra, which is the capital of Australia, but it's basically a town, not a city. And Dad was with Foreign Affairs, and one of his mates brought over tapes of hockey games, and I thought it was the coolest sport in the world. I think I was about 6. Yeah, 6. It was the year of the child, 79. And it was when Canadians, I think, were on the end of their run. And Dad and his mate were into the Islanders, and the next year they started winning heaps. Obviously, they didn't win yesterday. That was very sad. So I kind of watched it, and then in Australia, it was via pay TV, so it was in and out depending whether I was, had access. And then Dash got into it 5-6 years ago, and so we, then started subscribing to NHL, watching games together, and Dash was playing hockey. After 6 months, I'm like, I should do that too, and I joined beer leagues because obviously I'm not going to play in open competition. So that
Awesome.
was,
And what do each of you love about hockey?
I just like skating. And yeah, it's like skating fast and playing with the team.
What about making assists? I heard you're a playmaker. That's the rumor, at least, that you're a playmaker. Are you a playmaker?
I guess.
Yes, Dash is modest.
Yeah, very modest. And what do you love about it?
I think it feels good just being out there on the ice. Like fanging around on the ice is awesome. I like the physicality of it. I've got to say, I've played contact sport my whole life, and to still be able to do it at middle age is great. But our leagues are mostly non-contact. But yeah, I love it. It's cool.
How could hockey be better for each of you individually and also for the LGBTQ plus community in general?
God. It's pretty. Hockey's, we say it blokey, I guess. Do you have that in Australia? So it's not really macho, it's more like meatheady. That's what blokey means. It's like unrefined. There's a fair bit of that attitude in Australia with hockey. It's kind of that kind of sport, even though it takes quite a bit of technical skill, quite a bit of physical skill and fitness, and everything. It's seen as a sport like rugby league, like a bit of a meathead game. So some of the prejudices from that mindset then come into the sport. And so for LGBTQI people, there's a bit of an attitude that we can't play. It's not for us. We're trying to change that, obviously, but we've hit that so many times. So, with Harbour Lights, when we started, there were a lot of people who had quit hockey because they were sick of the slurs, sick of being told you're queer, you can't play hockey, or you're gay, or that bit sucks. Hopefully we can make that better. It is getting better, but
Before we move on to my next question, I have another one I'm going to add in. Why don't you tell me about Harbour Lights and how it got started, what it is, and how you're growing? I want to hear all of it.
I asked if there was like any gay hockey leagues in like Australia about last year.
And then we looked it up and we couldn't find anything. And we found a website called Australian LGBT Plus Hockey. Emailed them and heard back from them a week later, and they would say, we've been waiting 2 years for someone from Sydney to contact us. We'll help you start a club. We're like, what? We're looking for a club to play in, not start one. They were amazing. So a guy called Carl Jackson, who founded Southern Lights down in Melbourne, anyway, 2 or 3 years ago, then helped us set up a website and expression of interest, and we put that up on Instagram and Facebook and said, hey, if we start this thing, who wants to sign up? And we got like 40 something people in a week and a half, and we're like, oh my god, now we have to do this. we had about 4 or 5 friends who we'd talked about launching it with, so over Christmas last year. So we're sort of ready when a bunch of people signed up. And then in Australia, Mardi Gras has always been like, it's the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras. It's not like they have in.
Yeah, it's a really good time. Yeah, I need to get there for it.
You need to come to Mardi Gras and we'll do a float, Brock, because that's our dream, is to have the Melbourne and Sydney hockey clubs have a float.
Let's set that up. Post-COVID, I'm serious. I will come for that.
Yeah, we totally. So Mardi Gras is like one of the biggest parties in Australia, celebrating LGBTQI culture. Is an amazing visible event that gets hundreds of thousands of people there in person, millions of viewers on TV. Like, it is massive. That's kind of, anyway, being able to celebrate that stuff would be awesome. 2022, we will be in touch. But yeah, anyway, so Harbour Lights, January, we started it, we had 40 something people. So we'd like, let's do a game on Mardi Gras night. The guy who runs the rink, guy called Brooke, ex-figure skating champion, legend.
Good name, good guy.
Brooke. Brooke, not Brock, but yeah, cool. And he said, let's put a thing on, we'll have a disco, because Dash and I DJ as well, and we'll do a game. So we put a game on, we ordered extra pride tape in, we got the glitter in, we just went all out over the top. We made the flag that's behind us, and put that behind one of the goals, and basically had a party that we played hockey in the middle of on Mardi Gras night. Everyone else was in lockdown, so you couldn't go dancing anywhere else.
I love that. That sounds like my favorite type of hockey game. I'd rather party with a hockey game than play hockey or just party. So sounds brilliant. Knowing that the culture isn't very inclusive.
Yeah.
We'll go there. What keeps you in hockey?
Playing as a team.
I think that it feels good. It feels good to play it.
Yeah, it does.
It feels good just when you're out there spinning around. Feels good. Yeah. I think, like Dash said, the team stuff is what keeps you going. When you got your mates out there, that bit's awesome.
I think that's so true. And for me, it's always been like, it's freeing.
Yeah.
You know, nothing else matters when you're on the ice.
Yeah. I think for mental health, like, hockey's a great outlet, because you're not thinking about work or school or being 16 or being middle-aged.
I don't think you're middle-aged. Come on.
Thanks.
What gives you hope for queer people in the sport?
Having like pride tape, just having that community, knowing there's other people that like queer playing hockey.
Yeah, I think having the community together, and as that grows, it's this strength in that solidarity together. You got each other's back. That's what gives us hope, and I think that's why we need to have teams like us.
I think your team gives me hope.
Mm.
I think seeing you go from, would you say you're already over?
So over 70 now. We've got 4 teams worth
In less than a year.
in 5 months.
That gives me hope. That gives me hope for the sport. It gives me hope for humanity. It gives me so much hope that based off an email, you could just create that and do that and empower and inspire so many. You two give me hope. You two sitting here right now, you know what I mean? Like are sitting here, like just the fact that you're sitting here doing this together. Gives me hope. It's so inspiring. And I want to thank you because it matters and you matter and what you're doing for so many queer people matters.
Cool.
Is there anything that either of you would like to add?
I think the more we make queer people visible in hockey, the more it encourages others to come in. So having pride tape is definitely a way of flying that rainbow flag when you're skating out. Having queer hockey clubs, so like Harbour Lights or Southern Lights down in Melbourne, opens the door for a lot of people. So we had a lot of people who were ex-figure skaters, loved the idea of playing hockey but never felt comfortable. When you put 60 of us on the ice together, they feel a lot more comfortable to skate out, and literally out, because you're coming out to everyone at that ice rink when you skate out for Harbour Lights. Obviously we have some allies, but it's very visibly a queer team. And I think that solidarity is so powerful in a game that teamwork is important. Like, it is a team game, not a single hero. Otherwise, Penguins would have won this season, or Oilers would have won. It's a team game. It's not one hero. It's a whole team of heroes.
Toronto would be losing.